is up, guys? I feel like it's been a minute. I say that every video, and I don't know, like, I don't really remember. I think the last video I uploaded was like 3 weeks ago, maybe. I have recorded other videos, but I just don't upload them because I'm like, I just don't think my points and what I say are really that interesting. So then I just scrap them. I just kind of don't upload them, but it doesn't really matter because I mean, this whole like channel is only for myself, really. Like, there's no one really watching my videos, so I don't really upload for anyone or something like that. But man, I'm tired today. I mean, the day is like over now. It's like 9 o'clock, but like, I've done a lot of shit today, but I'm going to school and I'm moving away, so I need to pack a lot of stuff. And my parents have like been on my ass about it, and I understand that. But like, I am gonna pack, and I am gonna like make a list of like what I need. Like, I know what I need, and I've already bought like a lot of the stuff that I need. But my parents ended up buying like a lot of shit that I do need. And I was kind of like, not mad, but I was just like annoyed about it at first because I had talked to my mom like the day before, and we had both like planned that we were gonna go shopping the next day and buy all this stuff. But obviously I'm grateful, like, they used money, I didn't have to pay for this, and I just had to get the things, right? Like, cause they bought like a sleeping bag, a new jacket, sunglasses, cause these are like things I need. So I'm really, really grateful that they are doing that. But I understand that they're reacting in this way because I see myself not really putting in a lot of effort to getting this stuff done. And like, my parents are stressing way more than I am about this. And the way I deal with things, I deal with them in a way where I want to be calm and not stressed about it, but at the same time, I do see myself, when I just want to be calm and not stress about it, I don't do anything. So I do think I need some more stress in my life, kind of, you know what I'm saying? I need like that push, or else nothing is gonna get done, right? And I tend to do things like at the deadline. So I'm gonna try to be more like effective, you know. I'm gonna be more like on this shit, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. But yeah, I'm gonna be moving away for like a year for this school. And the school really isn't like a normal school, you know what I'm saying? It's not like normal subjects. The thing I'm going on is called Surf and Summit. So it's basically kind of like a gap year where you just meet like a lot of new people and you explore and you kind of find yourself, I guess. And you know, I think like you do this kind of thing when you're unsure about what you're gonna do in the future, and I am very unsure about what I'm gonna do in the future. I think I have to study. I definitely have to study or do something. Like, I do have a degree in I guess it is computer science, but finding jobs is very hard, especially in that field. Like, I applied to like 30 or 40 places and none of them really replied, or some of them replied and were like, no, thank you for your submission, but we have come to the decision that we are unfortunately gonna move on with these candidates, which is like fair, you know what I'm saying? I don't think my resume was the best I use AI a lot, but I read over it and changed the wording and like how I would actually say it. Obviously, like I didn't only use AI, but I didn't get any interviews. I didn't get anything like that. So I just applied for this school as kind of like, then I have like a backup. And they replied immediately and then called me and were like, hey, we will be happy to have you here. So I just said yes. So I'm very glad that I'm going to this place. I think it's going to be a really, really cool year. Like everyone who has done the same thing says that it is a really, really cool year. And you know, I can be very social. I can be very social and very social, but I know myself, and I know that my social battery can be drained kind of quickly if it's not something I enjoy. But obviously I think it's gonna be a fucking blast. Like dude, we're going to Bali. I'm gonna be surfing in fucking Bali and in Spain and like stuff like that. The school was very expensive, but I had earned money from my apprenticeship, so I think like all that is gonna be good, and I think it's gonna definitely be worth it. So I'm very excited. I'm leaving in 9 days. But my parents are driving up before me, like with all my things, because they want to go on like a road trip for themselves. So they're gonna get my things, and then I take a plane up later. And then I meet them there, and I go to the school and stuff like that. But I think honestly it's gonna be a blast. Obviously I'm gonna be stressed as hell on the first days, first weeks maybe. I mean, I feel like everyone has told me that like it takes, I mean like at least what I've heard when like moving to new places and meeting new people, it takes maybe a couple of months before you're like really settled in. And you know, I have moved before. I lived in Canada before. I made new friends, and honestly that was a really nice experience. I definitely miss my friends back there, and I think it will be really, really fun. I just hope I can click with people, and that, I mean, obviously there are going to be people of the same interest, because I like hiking, I like nature, I like, you know, seeing, like nature can be so beautiful, and I think it's really underestimated. And you know, I had a subscription for this thing called Planet Wild, that is basically like these people who restore rainforests and clear trash out of the oceans and like restore animal life, and that is really cool. I had a subscription for that for a couple of months, but I needed to save up money, so I had to cancel it. But I really do enjoy nature, and I think that the people there are also probably like-minded. But you know, I have very niche interests, I feel like. I mean, some of them, like obviously I have normal interests and stuff like that, but I'm really into music production and stuff like that, but it's kind of in one genre or like one specific category, you know what I'm saying? I can make a variety of sounds, like it's not only one sound. So I do think that, you know, I think during this year it's probably gonna come up, and I'm like, I mean, the school is all about getting out of your comfort zone. It's like, I think people do skits on stages, and you know, it sounds, I don't know, it's basically like kindergarten for adults, but I think it'll be very fun, and I'm gonna be doing that for like 10 months to a year or something, and I'm very excited, but I need to fucking pack, and I need to get all my shit together so that my parents stop stressing. And obviously I don't want to package shit at the deadline. That's just gonna make me more stressed, and then I realize I don't have like all the things. And really, what I only miss right now is a wetsuit and a pair of skis. But I don't need a pair of skis immediately. I can get them up there because it's not like skiing season right now. But a wetsuit I need immediately. But I think I can buy it up there, and I think that is what I'm gonna do. I might call like my teacher and like ask him if I should get one there or if I should get one now. But yeah, I'm kind of like, I made a video about this yesterday. I didn't post it. I played Minecraft while talking, but I didn't really make any good points. I felt like I mean, it's very chill playing Minecraft and talking, but the thing about my Minecraft world is that I don't really know what to do. I want this world to be a forever world, so I haven't really gotten to beating the Ender Dragon or anything like that yet, but I fucking died with like a lot of my good shit yesterday, so I was just kind of down and I didn't really want to play. But in that video I talked about like how all my friends are like, because when we drink we often go to the city and we often meet like people we know, and everyone is always like, you have to sleep with them, you have to sleep with them, you know, because it's like, that's just how dudes are, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not there. I don't think because my mind, or I'm like telling myself that I don't really want to have sex outside of a relationship, and I don't want to just have sex with someone and then never talk with them again, because I don't see a reason, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've slept with one person before, and that was with my ex, and that wasn't really like, I don't have that much experience because that was just in and out, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have that much time, so it was just that. But I don't know, I still counted as a body, you know what I'm saying? But man, I do be like thinking about my ex from like now and again, you know what I'm saying? I went on the Unsent project or something it's called, and I know that she has made like, because you can filter on names there, and I know she has made some about me, but there are other people with my name out there obviously, so I don't know if all of them was directed at me, but there was like 5 posts and they had these messages, and I was like, damn. So I decided to write one myself and said like, hey, I still think about you almost 2 years later, or something. Like, you can't write a lot of words, but I just wrote that just because, I don't know, I just wanted to say that. But like, I don't see the point of sleeping with someone outside of a relationship. I like the connection, I like the human connection, you know what I'm saying? You know, my brother and my sister's boyfriend, they're always like, when you get your room alone at the school, you're gonna be smashing in there. You're gonna be smashing, right? You're gonna be smashing. And I'm just like, yeah, duh. Like, I don't know. It's not that I'm comfortable talking about sex and all that, but I just, it's not me to, you know, fuck outside of a relationship. I don't see a point. But also, I'm not that experienced, so I'm not that confident in my stroke game and whatnot. But I think I have the gist of it. I think I could probably not be that bad in bed, you know what I'm saying? But obviously it takes practice, and if I don't practice, I'm just gonna still be bad, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I just should say fuck it and just go all out, you know what I'm saying? Because every time there's been like my friend has set me up with someone in the city and we're drunk and stuff like that, I'm always like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna sleep with this person. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't see a point. My thing has always been, I don't have sex outside of a relationship. Because, you know, it's a really intimate thing. It's like the closest you can be to another human being. And, you know, I think there is something magical about that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not the word like I want to use, but I think there is like something important about that, and I think it should be savored. You know, you shouldn't just do that with anyone, and you know, I think it should be kind of savored. But my friends are, I mean, I sound like I'm blaming my friends. I'm not blaming my friends, but they're all they're all sex doers, you know what I'm saying? They're all crackers. No, whoa. They're all sex doers. I'm wilding. So yeah, I just don't really see any point to doing that. But I haven't tried it, so I don't know if it's like, yeah, but I am kind of like, I do disagree a lot with hookup culture. I don't think it's that great, you know, it doesn't really benefit anyone. You get like a quick dopamine or adrenaline rush, you know what I'm saying, but it doesn't benefit anyone, you know. You can brag about sleeping with someone and like, I guess, seeing someone in the city and being like, yeah, I slept with that person. But I think if that happened to me, it would just be awkward, and I don't really fuck with that. You know, I don't know, man. But anyways, I'm really excited for this year. This year is gonna be fun as hell. That's what I've heard from everyone. Obviously, on the first days, I'm gonna be stressed as shit, but I just need to think to myself that everyone else is definitely stressed as fuck themselves. So I just need to jump into everything I can, talk to everyone I can, and just like get to know every single person. Like, that is my goal. That's how I'm gonna be. That's gonna be my mindset for when I get there. I feel like I sound like a, you know, Andrew Tate podcast, but that's gonna be my mindset when I get there. Like, I want to get to know the most people. Like, I don't know, I just want to throw myself out there and get out of my comfort zone. And I guess that really is the whole point of, you know, going there, because it's gonna be a really social year, because you live with these people, you see them every day, you do everything together, you're on trips together. I think you'll definitely get to know a lot of people really, really well, and I hope that the people there will like me, obviously, because who doesn't want to be liked? But I don't think my goal should be to be liked. I think my goal should be to, you know, get to know people. I don't want the self-assurance that I'm liked. I want to actually get to know people and get to know their interests and their stories and their knowledge. Like, that's gonna be my mindset, basically. I just want to get to know these people. But I think it's gonna be a blast. But I do really need to lock in on fucking getting ready, because my parents are stressing me out more than I am, and my parents are more stressed than I am. But I think it's gonna be gas. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be myself, you know. None of these people know me, and like, people have told me that you can be anyone because you don't know anyone there and they don't know you. But I'm not gonna put on a fake facade, you know. Maybe in the beginning, maybe I'll be more outgoing than I really am, but like, throughout the year, I'm not gonna put up with being more excited or more social than I really am, because that's just really draining, and that's something I've learned not to do. You know, you should always be yourself, and that is like the rule number one in life. Like, be yourself, and don't put on a facade or a mask for any other person. You know, you're gonna be with you your whole life. You need to know yourself, right? You need to know who you are. And if you put on this mask, you're not gonna get to know yourself, because that's not you, you know? And you're not gonna, yeah, because a lot is gonna happen, and I'm gonna react in different ways to a lot of situations, and that's when you get to know yourself, obviously. And I think it'll be a fucking blast. I think it'll be really fun. You know, everyone who's done this say that it's, you know, the best thing ever, and they miss it a lot, and they miss the people. And it's not something like normal school where you just meet friends sometimes. You get friends for life there, and I think that is something really cool. And you know, I'm gonna be living alone. That's my first time doing that. Like, I'm moving out. I have to do my wash my own clothes. We don't really make food there, but there are kitchens for us, but we get meals served throughout the day. But I know how to cook food, and how to do dishes, and how to, you know, clean-ish. You know, I'm not that good at keeping stuff clean, but I do tend to, you know, vacuum my room and like change my bed sheets, you know. All of that stuff is basic things that you should know. So I think it'll be a really fun year, and I'm very excited for it. But I probably won't post any. I'm not gonna post any videos for a while if I don't post after this one, you know, because I won't have any time or any privacy to really do so. But that's fine with me, you know what I'm saying? This channel has fucking held on for like 2 years almost, I think. I think it's almost been 2 years. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have that much else to say. Hope you guys are doing well. Make sure to drink water, get your protein, start moving, you know, touch some grass. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.